Paranormal and mysterious things could be waiting for you just around the corner, exactly like this unlucky explorer. You never know when you're going to be faced with situations like these. However, there are those who, with cameras in hand, have dared to confront them, leaving as a result disturbing recordings that today you will have the opportunity to see, if you dare. Some surprising footage that will appear on the internet for the first time on this channel. My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present Scary Ghosts in a School Are Caught on Camera, a horror video compilation. Number 7. We start this investigation with the shocking case of one of our subscribers from Argentina. Edgardo Leonardo Guerreros works as a surgeon at the Español Hospital in Buenos Aires, and he is extremely frightened. He relates that one morning while on duty, he attended to a person who had jumped from a building. Together with hospital personnel, they tried their best to save his life, but unfortunately, it was already too late, and he died that same day. The day went on like any other. Edgardo was on a 24-hour shift when he suddenly began to feel strange things in the corridors. Sounds like whistling and sudden movements of objects that quickly caught his attention. He immediately took out his cell phone and started recording. This is what his camera captured. Observe.
Esta es la entrada, es la parte de la guardia del Hospital Español. Es la 1:05 de la madrugada. Estoy grabando porque se escuchaban silbidos. Como ven, no hay nadie, está vacío totalmente. A ver si podemos captar algo. Silencio total, silencio absoluto. Esta es la parte de la entrada de la guardia. No puedo saber de dónde vienen los silbidos. No sé si se alcanzó a escuchar. Puede ser que haya sido alguna persona que haya muerto acá y se quiera comunicar de alguna forma. Bueno, estas son las cosas que se escuchan en el Hospital Español. 1:05 de la mañana.
Did you see that shadow? Who or what is it? He assures that it is the first time that he has been faced with something like this. In addition to the disturbing situations captured by the camera, he had a strange sensation of always being watched. To be honest, this recording came to me approximately 3 weeks ago, but I had not seen it. I noticed it when he sent the second piece of evidence to my email. After this incident at the hospital, and despite not having any answers for me, Edgardo wrote again. He assured me that one day while recording his pet, with horror he saw something that he affirms is related to what was recorded on that occasion at the hospital. I ask you to pay close attention to see if you notice the strange thing that occurs here. Edgardo can't believe it. He tells me that he hasn't been able to sleep at night since he can't manage to find an explanation to what was seen in the cat's reflection. You can see how scary it is here, right? Do you think that's a person jumping from a balcony? Edgardo lives on the 4th floor and his cat was staring at him. In fact, that's why he started recording. Our subscriber is convinced that somehow the spirit of the person he tried to save that day decided to follow him home. Terrified, he fears that those strange sounds he recorded in the hospital will now begin to replicate in his own home. He doesn't believe in ghosts, but he can't deny these coincidences. I already wrote to him saying that it's best to ignore it. If it's all real, the spirit remained with him for some reason, but just as they arrive, these energies tend to lose strength and disappear over time. Is this reliable proof that sometimes the spirits attach to one in an unknown way? What could he want with this doctor? Tell me what you think. Number 6. We continue with an impressive urban exploration carried out by Alberto del Arco, a YouTuber who uploads his tours in places where he claims there's very high paranormal activity. On this occasion, together with a group of friends, they began to explore an abandoned cemetery, where, according to what is said, heartbreaking screams can be heard and moving shadows can be seen at dawn. With these past stories, Alberto and his group began to walk through the ancient crypts of the cemetery, a journey that began quietly, but after a few minutes, they realized that something else was with them.
Otra vez o no. Pareciera que hay algo.
Sí.
Aunque es un cementerio muy viejo.
The constant beeping of an EMF meter made them notice the presence of something that was following them. The atmosphere was getting more and more dense until they reached a point where the camera captures this.
Ve. Unos gatos, güey. Un chingo de gatos.
Ten cuidado.
No hay nadie.
Sigue prendiendo
No hay
esto
nadie
también.
aquí, güey. ¿Dónde
Sí.
viste a alguien, Tony? ¿Dónde viste a alguien? Yo no veo a nadie.
Then it would become even more intense. Without any justification, sudden changes in the temperature are being felt. Shadows that moved between tombs, as the device wouldn't stop beeping. But without a doubt, the most shocking part of the entire tour was when Alberto noticed something that was lying in one of the tombs. Moments when, with horror, they witnessed the following.
Alguien llora.
Sí, ahí está. Cuidado.
Hola. Buenas noches, ¿te sientes bien?
What was a girl doing there? They assure that no one else was with them, instantly ruling out any deception. Could it be the spirit of a girl that was seen and heard at that moment? Let me know what you think. Number 5. From San Luis, Argentina, Coco Munoz, a regular subscriber, wrote to my email telling me about a disturbing experience that her relatives had and that she wanted to share with us. She says that a few weeks ago, a very dear family member died as a result of a sudden cancer. The relative loved life outdoors and therefore always went camping whenever she had the chance. For the same reason, after a few days of mourning, the family got together to visit those places where she loved to be. They took selfies and some were uploaded on social networks. It was some close friends who were shocked when they saw on their phones how their deceased family member also wanted to be present on that occasion. Do you see it? Both Gogo and her family assure that the face that appears on the shirt actually corresponds to that of her deceased relative, affirming that in some way she wants to stay with them, as well as being close to those places she liked to visit. This phenomena is odd. You know, it is not the first time that I see that a spirit is captured very close to the lens. A long time ago in our series of phenomena captured in movies and music clips, we talked about the face captured in a cemetery while the movie The Godfather was being filmed. Do you remember? Do you know of any other case where a face is captured very close to the lens? Leave it in the comments. Number 4. If you look up this YouTube channel, Big in Fashion Invasion, you will meet a group of young Mexicans whose only weakness is to enjoy the abundant dishes that they are offered in different parts of their country. Videos where good camaraderie and humor have allowed them to gain a large number of subscribers. However, on the other hand, one of their videos that has called the most attention moves away from all these features due to a strange image captured by the camera. It was during the early morning recording at a food truck located near a cemetery that at a given instant it focuses towards the interior, capturing an extremely disturbing image. What was that image? Pay attention.
Pues vamos a comer tacos, carnal. ¿Qué está ahí, gordo? Quítale.
It happens so fast that it is barely noticeable. However, by slowing down the image, it is possible to appreciate a strange presence that manages to show itself in such a quick way that it is difficult for it to be seen by a human being. But based on its shape, we could say that it is a girl who for fractions of a second manages to be visible through the lens of the device. Although the group cannot be sure, they say that at no time do they see someone inside the cemetery, and certainly not a minor. So its presence in the image turns out to be something that to this day still cannot be explained. What do you think of this recording? Could what was recorded in this video be a spiritual entity? Tell me what you believe. Number 3. Some people fear ghosts, unknown creatures, the inexplicable, but some are more afraid of the paranormal. However, there is another group of people who have a great fear of objects in the sky, strange ships or unexplained shapes that to them are more terrifying because of the high possibility that this is another intelligence lurking around us. Intelligence that could have the worst intentions. The following recording deals with this. A shocking UFO evidence that came into my possession thanks to Matias Jesus, who claims to have been completely shocked when through WhatsApp he received the following recording sent by a coworker while he was on a business trip. Please tell me what thoughts would go through your mind if you saw something like this through the window. And above all, try to give it a logical explanation outside of CGI, since this is always the simplest answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, passing through the October, so we can the proceeds and pass to the seatbelt. Ladies and gentlemen, passing through the October, so we can the proceeds and pass to the seatbelt.
If you look closely, in a first shot, it looks like a black shadow passes at high speed near the plane. But when making a second approach, it seems that in reality, it was two objects moving at the same speed. What do you think of this recording? And try to omit the simplest answer that it is CGI. Try to find another explanation. Number 2. The following corresponds to a footage that you have repeatedly sent to my email. Videos that separately do not have the paranormal level to be on my channel, but together they certainly do. They have in common that both are recorded in an abandoned educational establishment. In the first of them, a young man only ventured to visit a ruined establishment where locals indicated that during the nights, cries were perceptible as if children were playing. Provided with a camera, and in the midst of deep darkness, he began to walk through the old corridors, going from room to room without finding more than just ruins. That is, until he reached the entrance of a classroom, where, as he confesses, he experienced the most terrifying thing he's ever lived. Pay attention.
Eunice?
Tell me how you would have reacted if you came across something like this. Although he's never seen in a threatening position, the mere fact of detecting his presence makes him quickly leave the place without even noticing if it was someone in disguise or if he actually caught a ghostly presence, as well as the following footage recorded in a similar establishment, a school in ruins, where there was a rumor that strange phenomena were manifesting inside. More than enough reason for another explorer to grab his camera and start searching the place, hoping to capture some of the much talked about situations. He never imagined that he would find those phenomena just by advancing a few steps. Watch.
Tadi Pak Cuk jackpot sok kaki anjir. Gue kok merinding ya, Cok. Permisi. Assalamualaikum. Kayak ada cahaya, Cok. Kayak ada cahaya, guys.
It cannot be denied that this image is impressive, and it is completely illogical that this group of girls were at the same time of the morning alone and in the darkness of this place. Therefore, for many, this represents more proof that the things that are said about this school are absolutely true. Could it be spirits that this man's camera caught? Is there any other way to explain this clip? Number 1. And we end this investigation with a very particular video. Ariadna Farias from Chile is a faithful subscriber who wrote attaching me a footage that, according to her, she says is extremely difficult for her to finish watching. She says that near her home there was a terrible traffic accident in which, unfortunately, a boy she knows lost his life. A tragedy that has such an impact on the community that a neighbor of hers uploaded a clip to report what happened and also to warn about the subjects who had fled the scene. It was at a time when the area was already closed off that the camera was able to record something that had an impact on all the residents of the sector. Pay attention.
Chiquillos, no lo hagan, weón, no lo hagan. No hagan esta weá. Tengo hasta un nudo en la garganta, weón. Por Dios que tengo un nudo en la garganta. Me da pena por la familia de este niño. Ese fue el ruido que escuchamos en delante. Y lo dejaron botado. Y lo dejaron botado.
Ariadna says that when events like this occur, the area is restricted to everyone except police and medical personnel. No one can be there, and especially minors. This is why this sequence draws so much attention. At no time did she see that girl who appears in the image. In fact, according to our subscriber, no one present at the accident saw her, including police and health officials. Because if they had seen her, they would have quickly taken her out of there. However, the most terrible of all is that later it would be known that the unfortunate child had an older cousin who had died long ago under similar circumstances. Although they do not know how, they all say that both accidents are somehow connected. And that connection was reflected in this image, that for Ariadna, who frequently saw that child playing near her home, still finds it difficult to accept such tragedy. Let me know your opinions of both this and the previous recordings in the comment box, because this video has come to an end. My name